Hello everyone! Yes, please be suspicious of me as quiet as possible. I'm a hacker, fraud, etc. So just be wary. I may stab you in the back. So, who am I? I'm Josh. I make a lot of different things. One of which is these fantasy novels that are available on Amazon. They're really cool. Check them out. Lots of fun adventure times in a unique fantasy world that I've been world building for like 20 years. And I make a ton of illustrations in there too. So fun to do. Today we're going to be doing something related to that. So these are the cover models for my books, which are originally created in ZBrush and then 3D printed. Now, this little guy here, I managed to print on my currently existing 3D printer, which is, let's see, a Frozen Make. It's probably, I don't know, 7 or 8 years old at this point. And this little guy is about the print size, like the bed, is about the size of a cell phone. So as you can see, I kind of, I wouldn't say compromised, but I had to make sure I bent the rules enough to get him to be able to print out at a cell phone size, right? To be like, beep. And I would love to not have to do that. This guy here, I actually had a relative printed him out for me on his bigger industrial printer, but the resolution was so bad that I had to literally sculpt over the entire thing to get it to work. So my dream is that this new printer that I got will allow me to print something like this in one go. And that's gonna be a huge time saver. Hey, ya love amps. Another thing that I would like to be able to do more of, this is 3D printed with a, you know, the little stringy ones instead of the resin ones. And again, I ended up sculpting over a lot of it. It turned out that actually the stringiness kind of worked for some of these details because it's like a wood kind of texture anyway, and that just coincidentally happens to be what that 3D printing artifacting kind of looks like anyway. So, so the horns were left pretty much as they were, but everything else, again, completely sculpted over, which is a bummer. It takes a lot of time. And I already sculpted it once on the computer. Don't make me sculpt it again. Yeah, okay, so all of that is the preface by which I present the next project I'm embarking on. That is, let's get us way back here. Hold on a sec. Gonna be okay there? Okay. We're gonna be okay there. Apparently, this thing, if I'm reading this correctly, is it's heavy. That's what it is. And 2 people are supposed to lift it. So don't do what I just did. Okay. Yeah, so I've been looking forward to this for literally years. I got this years ago, and just one thing after another kept coming up and keeping me from getting to the point where I was ready to activate it. So it is not the most cutting edge of 3D printers, but it is so much bigger than my current one and more current than my current one that I think it's going to open up a lot of avenues for me. believe I got this on a discount because I ordered it before it was actually made. You know, like, oh, sorry, that was very loud. You know, like Kickstarter type of thing. But it's by the same company that makes my current 3D printer. And I don't have any particular loyalty to brands. But I'm familiar with it, so I figure better the devil that I know. Because let me tell you, 3D printers are the devil. Alright, they're both the greatest thing and the worst thing. At least for someone like me who is not a technophile. Like, I honestly am terrible with technology. Which makes you wonder how I've been a professional game designer / artist for 25 plus years. The answer is I count on coworkers who know way more than me. Yep. A little bit of a late / early / delayed Christmas gift indeed. Oh my, somehow there's a little spider thing living in here. I do not know how it got in there. Probably has not been doing very well unless there's a whole ecosystem of insects in there that I'm unaware of. Trying to see if there's an obvious place to start pulling this. Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, I didn't know it would come with a free spider. I knew it came with free resin. I didn't know it came with a free spider. I wonder if it's actually an Indonesian spider. Wait, where is this thing made? I can't remember. I think it's a Korean company, but they're manufactured in Indonesia. I could be wrong about, and probably am wrong about both of those things. What language is that, everyone? That looks Chinese to me, but what do I know? I'm almost certain it's not a Chinese company. Almost. Yeah, I mean, maybe the spider was actually 3D printed, like it was their first test print, and it came to life because it's such a realistic, high-quality printer. Wow, this is a lot of plastic. I could have just cut through it, but I'm be delicate with it. Although it's pretty robust looking. And let's be honest, it's going to be in my shop, which means it's going to get beat all to hairy heck and back again. Anyway. But it's like that thing when you get a new car, which has happened to me literally once in my life. You get a new car and it's like, no wait, I've never got a new car. I've got I got a mostly new car. Anyway, it didn't have any scratches or dings on it, and you live in this weird twilight zone of like mental captivity where you're just paranoid that it's gonna get scratched. And it's like, if you just accept the fact that it's going to be used and scratched, you don't have to have that paranoia. And I've always been tempted to actually just put a little scratch in the car just so I could be like, okay, it's done. Now I don't have to think about it anymore. Anyone else get those feelings? I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. Hey, Guthor. It's got mummy wrappings down here. That's exciting. Hi. Are we ready to take it out of its nest? Oh, there's another spider. Okay, there's like a whole, must be a family of them in here. That's cute. Here's a screw. Is that? Oh! I wonder if these feet are supposed to be loosey-goosey at this point. Handles, that's nice. Sorry, spiders. It's got that McFarlane toy smell. Alright, let's figure out these feet. What's going on with the feet? Okay, for whatever reason, that one foot is not attached. That's weird. Does it rise to the level of concerning? Gonna make me break out the thing. Although, actually, so there's another box that has a bunch of other stuff, and it may have the Allen wrench for that. So I'll move this off to the side. I think it's okay for it to be laying this way, as long as the resin is not in it at the time. It's probably fine to lay on its back. Probably. Ancillary material time. Wowza. Are these all resins? I may have paid a little bit extra to get the extra resin thing. Well, I guess it makes sense to kind of leave those in the box. Various hardware and such. Oh, I already have one out. Okay. see what we got. So if anyone in the chat happens to own this 3D printer or one like it, I am open to any tips and tricks that you got. I watched a YouTube video or two before opening it about this particular make and model. There's one guy's channel that I watched. His channel is almost completely dedicated to all his problems with this particular one. And that's one thing I've noticed with researching in 3D printers is that literally every single one of them have so many people saying that things are broken or don't work or whatever. There is a high threshold for user error with these things. And then on top of it, they're just delicate and tricky and fiddly, and it takes time to learn and to do well. All the stuff, okay. It does look like it's got the, that is not the right size Allen wrench for the little feet, I don't think. Definitely looks bigger than that. Indeed. Totally different size. Well, bummer. Okay, pretty sure I can follow the logic on this little piece. Probably want to plug it in with this. Okay. So this is if you want to hook it directly to your computer. I think I'll put this back in the box just in case I need it. Oh, this looks like some flavoring packet. I'll add this to my soup next time I make it. Full disclosure, do not add that to your soup. Okay, this is for when you need to scrape your sculptures off of the build plate. And a little USB. I'm guessing this is a, if I recall from the video rather, well, it is both trying to remember and, I guess, Wi-Fi? Gonna guess it's Wi-Fi. Again, put it in that box. Now this, I do not know what that is for. These are obviously handles for the front door. Okay, so I am going to need to find, sadly, and exactly 2 gloves, which is all you need to print for the rest of your life. No. Pretty much need new gloves for every print, which is super annoying. Okay, I need to find my Allen wrench set. And it is, drum roll. Ooh, I found it. Okay, this is extra suspicious. I might actually be an imposter because I found this was way too fast. Oh, okay, never mind. Take that back. The actual tool that you use to turn the pieces is not in it, so that's back to being very Josh. Yep, that is the dream. Bigger build plate. Alright. And this is what? Oh my god, is that, it's not gonna fit. This thing doesn't fit in that hole. Ah! Let's see, there's no extender on there, is there? No, doesn't look like it. Can I use my fingers? Okay, it barely pokes out of there, so I can just use my fingers to get it in place. Yeah, overall this is a pretty robust feeling machine. Like, it is all metal, like thick metal. I have not come across a plastic part yet, except for the feet, of course. Look at me putting this away like a good boy. Okay. All these guys will go in here. Ah. I always need to borrow a screwdriver, Garthor. Okay. Frozen shuffle. That is not what this is. This is a frozen transform. Always nice to get a piece of paper that says something different than what you actually got. So, yep, even the, all these directions are wrong. Excellent. You just gotta expect that sort of thing. And just to double check, let me make sure this is what I expect it to be. It's resin. I do not know what the shelf life in the bottle is. So like I said, I got this a couple years ago. God, I hope like all these, how many did I get? Like 8 of these? If they have all gone bad in that time, that would be super obnoxious. Sounds liquidy still. I believe this is the gray ABS Light, which I think is what I printed out this guy in, and I was really happy with the amount of detail that it's able to capture. Now this was done on my smaller machine, and so the resolution on this new one is, it's 4K, but it's 4K spread out over this much space. So there's like, it's higher resolution, but not actually. I don't know if that means it's like about equal to what I have, or it's going to be less than what I have. I would have to understand math to know that. Yes, ABS, matte gray, yay! Cool. Could always use more of this stuff. Especially when printing larger things, which is the point of this. I don't know if you noticed. All right, let's get these handles on. This thing looks like a piece of equipment from the Death Star. I love it. Like, this is what Obi-Wan would open to shut down the shield reactor. have to contort my neck in some strange angle. I can use this amazing technology known as a hinge. First invented in England for stones. V-Man Aqua, do you have any ideas for a cool campaign? What are you concocting? And do you custom, do you design them to work really well with a party in mind? Like, do you already have friends who you're going to play with, and you're choosing one that's particularly suited to the profile of that party? To me, that's like the ideal campaign. Like, that makes up for any lack of other skills that the DM may have. If it's got encounter design and elements that my character and my friends' characters can take particular advantage of because of our particular skill sets, that's a good campaign. Feathered fangs. Ooh. They killed everyone in a traveling. Are they part of the traveling circus, or they just wiped out an entire traveling circus? This thing is not light, in case you're wondering. Okay, let's check out the back here. Looks pretty straightforward. Good, I already got some scratches on it by design. Okay, 2 USB ports. I do not know what that is. I'm guessing, oh, that's probably a micro SD card for not hardware, not software. What's the thing in between? Hard soft. Okay, no. Firmware, that's the one. Firmware updates. I had to do that on my smaller printer way more than I would have liked. That's a squashed bug or squashed plastic. I hope it's squashed plastic, because it'd be really gross if I was scraping squashed bug onto my fingers. Okay. Well, that's pretty straightforward. Let's check out the inside. Former court jester. Was the court jester part of the circus? Like, is there any survivor of the circus? Or is it just the players have to play detective with no witnesses? Alright, so this is the vat where the resin, you gotta pour your resin in, and then this build plate goes down into it, and then light shines up from down here according to the pattern that you've specified with your 3D print, with some slicing software, as they call it, and then it just goes layer by layer, up, 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 up. And so yeah, I'm just so excited to be able to, let's double check here, will I be able to print a bow mark here? Whoa. It looks like I would be able to print 2 bow marks at once. That is crazy. So book 3, there's a character named Lilk. She's like an elite forces, magic-enhanced warrior woman who's hunting Beaumark through most of the 3rd novel. Spoiler alert, sorry. But she's going to be the cover model for book 3, and so I need to print her. Whoa, trippy voice effects. Transformers. Okay. Right, so I'm doing her bust, and I want to do it obviously around the same size as Beaumark's bust. So I'm very happy to see, like, in person, this is definitely big enough for what I want. The only, like, outstanding question is, will the quality be high enough that I don't have to sculpt over the entire thing like I had to with Beaumark. Man, I have no idea where this goes. Like, there's no obvious port thingy. There's no instructions that show anything physical except for, like, plug that in and plug that in. Huh. Yeah. Interesting. Well, let's get this bit of her. Well, actually, no. I don't want to do anything while this is open without the protective. There's like this clear sheet here. So that like screen that's under this is probably the most expensive part of the device. Well, before I put that down, let me do a quick. Get all the little itty bitty detritus and stuff off. Because that will mess up the print, because the light will be either blocked or distorted by little hairs and filaments and stuff. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh, interesting. Okay. So this just has little magnets and it pops into place. I have no idea what that accomplishes, but there it is. There's a little drain corner here, so if you've used up, you know, if you do your print and you're not going to do another print anytime soon, you could take your leftover resin and pour it back into the bottle. I don't think it matters which direction that's pointing while you're doing the actual printing, but just in case, I'm going to point it towards me. Okay. So that gives a modicum of protection to the screen now. The 3D printer spider hut. Yes, that's where the little spiders live for their trip to America. Alright, and then this, let's see these, down here. Now the thing I'm confused about is that this, I believe, oh no, I get it. Okay, it goes on that side, not the bottom. Cool. I thought it was missing some nuts, but 'tis not. It's nutless. This has some give to it, which is good for now because we want to calibrate it, meaning it needs to go down against the bed and be like perfectly flat. All right, I think we're good to plug it in and turn it on. Exciting times we live in. Plug it in. Oh, this is cool. It's like, what are those vanities that let you see all the angles of your face? Looks like it's booting up. That's good. I probably should have anticipated that and been working on this top part while this was going. It can't hurt probably to plug the little USB thing in the back. Might have a problem with me doing that while it's booting up. But in theory, you can just put your file on a USB stick and stick it in. It's annoying that the USB is on the back and not the front. Like, if I want to put this somewhere against the wall, that's problematic. There we go. What's that? Starting to get cold in here. But don't you worry, everyone. Don't worry about me. I've been doing this amazingly fun project of insulating my garage. And let me tell you, there's nothing more fun than putting in fiberglass insulation. Okay. Well, let's start with setup. That makes sense, huh? Feels intuitive. Is it gonna do something? Oh, there we go. I would hope I don't need to update immediately because it's not connected to the internet, so I don't know what it would update. Let's see what the status has to say for itself. Okay, so the temperature is, oh no, okay, so that's probably how much data is on the micro SD card. I don't know what that one is indicating. Let's see if we can get a little better white balance for you. There we go. Yeah, I don't know what that picture is. It looks kind of like an old-fashioned floppy cassette. That's clearly temperature, so we're not at 100. I think we're good. Okay, let's go back home. I guess Z-axis is what we want to do next. 1 millimeter. Sure. Is this how you level the bed? Please remove the model, clean up material, loosen 4 screws. Okay, so all of that has been done. We're good to go. Next. Whoa! That looks like a CPU Grey Wolf? Okay. one of the players is a surviving member of the circus. That's cool. Google the part number along with the name of the printer. Not a bad idea. I'm concerned that I don't actually know the name of the printer now. I'm almost certain it was called the Frozen Transform. Okay, do its thing. Lock the 4 screws, okay. I think, if I recall, you're not supposed to like make them super tight, but enough that it's not going to go anywhere. Tightened. Okay, complete the platform calibration. Beep, beep. Oh, maybe these are just directions, not buttons. Waiting for Z axis from top. Yep, came in just for the loud part into these. Congrats. So it is a Frozen, spelled P-H-R-O-Z-E-N. And this paper claims that it is a Frozen shuffle. But I'm 90% sure it is not a Frozen shuffle. It is a Frozen transform. Because the shuffle is smaller. It's like half the size of this. Wow. Really takes its time, but I think the reason that it's so slow is because like these parts have to be built with like super high tolerance. Is it high tolerance or low tolerance? That means it's like very precisely manufactured, because if it deviates even the smallest amount, it can screw up a print that's been going for like 20 hours and costs like $60 of resin. And then there's a little bit of wobble and your print is ruined. So these parts are like really expensive. I'm guessing that's why it's slow. That's my apologia for Frozen. Low tolerance is you can't afford a bit. Yeah, I have a degree in industrial design, believe it or not, but I haven't used, because I then went immediately into video games instead of industrial design. I forgot a lot of it. Okay, cool. So everything looks good. I see a little bit of grease and oil down there, which is probably fine. I'm not sure why the fan needs to kick on so powerfully when it's just raising the thing up and it's not actually like using the LCD. Hey, Gimano, how you doing? Welcome, good sir. Or madam. Or in B. Okay, so we're going to LCD test. Careful, it's radioactive. Yeah, basically you don't want to stare directly at it because it's UV light. So let's do this. That's right. I think you could put like a paper over it. Yeah. Get kind of a Tron effect. See that in the shadow there? And then I can go to pure white. Should light up the entire thing, I assume? No? Pure black lights up the entire thing? Huh. I don't know. It's doing a countdown, and I'm not sure why. Maybe each modality requires it to do that for the test. I don't know if it's verifying anything. Let's see, now I'll hit this. Does that do anything? Seems to do nothing, but the fact that I got the grid to show up, count. Wait, count what? I don't know what the point of counting is. Yes, gamers do have low tolerance. So export that. So that's about like how to actually do the print. Now hopefully, okay, let's go home. Come with that. Okay, you can shut up now. Okay, so there's a test profile preloaded in there. Oh, that's good. See if there's any plates preloaded. That would be cool. There is not. Dang it. Okay, do I have a USB stick anywhere? I didn't honestly think I'd actually get this far in the stream, but we're only halfway through our stream. So let me go grab a USB stick real quick. I'll be back one moment. Okay, back. But here's the tricky bit, is that I mounted my computer cleverly up in the ceiling so that everything's out of the way. One thing I need to do is put a little dangly USB extender. Wait, what is this? Is this not exactly that, or is that going to the computer? Where's this going? Hold on. What are you, and where are you going? Oh, that's the USB that goes to the camera. Or is that going to the second camera that I'm not actually using? Okay, I'm gonna have to follow a wire here for a second. So this is here to here. Okay, cool. So I'm not actually using that one right now. I can snag that for this purpose. I don't have to climb into the rafters. Hooray! Okay. Painted your pumpkin jack. Nice. I saw the original pictures that you posted on the Discord when he was starting to get painted. I haven't checked today yet. I've been quite slammed at work all day. Okay. Let's throw a file on there. I have a whole folder full of 3D print objects. Do I hide it from myself? Must have hidden it from myself. Oh, there it is. Clever hider I am. Okay. Now you can learn all about cognitive biases while you wait. Here we go. Okay. So we've got Rumshot dice, coin bases. Oh, is that really all I have in there? Nah, it's fine. It's fine for a test. I just need to test a thing. Cool. So now I need to go to another folder. There we go. Don't know what you're talking about. Fine. There's my USB. Let's throw. Just throw a small one on there for now. I believe it actually just takes that zip file, but just in case, I'm also going to put. Let's see, what's the latest one? April, May, June. Let's grab this too.
Is it normal for people to reschedule an interview without emailing you?
Yep.
Like through Google? Even though like I'm like specifically I'm like this time would be great. But
everything is normal these days. Okay, so now we've got that. Let's pop it in the back. And see if it'll give us plates to look at. Not the kind you eat off of, and not the kind that subduct, but the kind that you can 3D print. I think that clicking on this, USB upload. Cool, do it. It's not showing any files. Maybe it takes a minute to think about them. Nope. Uh-oh, am I frozen? Clever. The name of the product is Frozen after all. Might be getting confused by the fact that there's a Wi-Fi USB and this other USB? Maybe? I don't know, let's see. We'll pop the Wi-Fi one out. Just take them both out. difference. Oh man. Looks like we might be hard locked. Well, the name of the company is Frozen with a PH, so, but you could still apply that to Frozen software, I imagine. Alright, well, let's see what happens when we turn it off. Give it a couple seconds. Actually, I'm going to plug this in before I turn it back on, just in case that was the problem. Did that whole thing. Export a PHZ or a .zip file. Okay, so I got a .zip. Upload the file to the printer. So you can either go through their slicer, which I already did slicing, third-party slicer, to a zip, to the Frozen. Exactly. Click plate, choose the file, and start printing. Oh, just start printing. I should have taken Garth Orr's suggestion and just print. Hey, Burgala. Nicole never bothered you anyway. How close are you to having Jack done, do you think? Alright, buddy. You take as long to start up as my 8-year-old computer that I have in my rafters. Lord. You really have that much you need to think about? You're just a printer. You do one thing. They don't say anything about getting an update. Unbox, check item list, wear PPE, plug in, SD card, turn on power, wait 60 seconds for booting. I feel like it's been more than 60 seconds. I wonder if it's a matter of the like I have a 128 gig card in the thumb drive. You know, it's a thumb drive that has a little thing to put SD cards in. Maybe that's screwing it up. Maybe it just can't handle a data file that big. I don't know. Well, let's just come back to it. That's always a sure way to get a thing to wrap up, is to stop caring about it. I've got another thing to do. Let's do another thing. I've got these guys to paint. I was working on these guys a week or so ago, I want to say. And they're ready for their a shade pass. That's what I'm doing. Using a little Newlin oil. Yeah, it's probably thinking about life choices. That seems right to me. Okay, boy, I guess really all I need is a pretty sloppy, soft brush. And I'll just... something like this would work. Oh, and it would be nice to have them upright while they dry. I think, I don't know. I don't know if I want them upright when they dry. It depends on how thick I plaster on the shade. Okay, I'm going to start with the worst and go to the best. I think I hate this one the most, so I'm going to start with this guy. He's just got an incredibly punchable face, don't you think? Like, you see that face, you just want to punch it. Rollerball guy, I had one time in stream. Rollerball guy. I remember a rolling ball guy. I don't think of one. All right, have fun fixing that dryer, Jimano. Thanks for coming and hanging. Remember for that 5 years after Inception, when every movie trailer had the Inception foghorn? Those were the days. Yeah, I'm guessing that my USB thing is freaking out. My printer does not like that. Not one little bit. Alright, I'm going to try to unplug it real quick. USB drive, that is. Yeah, see, this is what's plugged into it, and I wonder if it just can't handle the truth of 128 gigs. Some things, like, I've got some cameras that you still can't put a 128 gig card in for whatever reason. So that brings out its details a little more. I like how the one eye has a puddle of oil in it. We'll do that on the other two. restarting the all frozen again. Unfreeze the frozen. Might only support actual thumb drives. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Which I do have one. I have to run upstairs to get it again. You know what? I'm gonna not be lazy and I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Give me 30 seconds. Start the countdown right about now. And going from a house without stairs to a house with stairs, so annoying. I mean, I guess I'm burning more calories in a day, so that's probably good. See if this USB device is more acceptable. Okay, second worst guy, this guy. An experiment that I'm glad I did, but don't find any pleasure in. Most experiments should fail. If most of your experiments don't fail, it means you're not experimenting hard enough. At least that's the way I look at it. Yeah. See, it's better already. I mean, it didn't raise to the level of good, but it's, oh wait. Actually, since these guys are going to be on a really high shelf, I need to pay special attention to looking at them from below. Alright, let's see if I can get these files over here. Do I not even see? Oh, this is not actually a thumb drive. This is also a USB thingy thing. Because, like, who needs USB sticks anymore? Oh. Just valiant effort on my part. Alright, third worst. I'm gonna go with this guy. This guy doesn't have a punchable face, but he's got like a annoying nonetheless face. Like, he seems like one of those guys that would corner you in a party and just like go off on some really boring topic that you can barely handle. Like, I don't know, NASCAR statistics or what's another really annoying thing? I would say something like celebrity gossip, but he doesn't look like the kind who would know anything about celebrities. I need a special spot applicator brush for these kind of situations where I want to just add a touch here or there. All right, what are we, the fourth worst? It's getting kind of hard. Like, I'm starting to find merit in most of these now. Maybe this one, just because it's kind of boring. I don't know, like, the idea was to see getting a gritty texture offset by a smooth texture, but I didn't incorporate enough of the smooth texture, so instead it's just kind of a boring thing. Oh, you know what I should do, actually? Let's turn the Frozen back on and see if it boots like normal without that, just for science. I think I'm gonna go with this guy next. There's a lot of things that I like about him, but he also seems really annoying. Like, if you met this guy in your Alice in Wonderland adventure or your Labyrinth misadventure, he'd definitely be making your life worse and not better. You know, I can't say how exactly, I just get that feeling from him. Okay, my Frozen is no longer frozen. So, look at that, we learned something about my new device already. learned one thing not to do. Frozen his quad. That is quite a stretch. Quite a stretch. But I commend you for the attempt. Like I said earlier, if all of your experiments are succeeding, it means you're not experimenting hard enough. I definitely like these guys better with the wash. Just plain old white. Alright, I'm gonna go with Christmas Carol Muppet next. He's not specifically a Muppet from the Christmas Carol, but I'll bet subconsciously he is. Applying washes is just such a satisfying process. It's like, it's really close to being as satisfying as dry brushing. The only difference is that with dry brushing, I feel like it's a little easier to mess up, so you have to be a little more on your toes with it. Whereas a wash, it's just so mindlessly delicious. Like it's like those Candy Crush kind of games, or Peggle, you know what I mean? Those casual mobile or whatever. You just turn them on and you do a thing, and I guess Candy Crush maybe doesn't count because you do have to think pretty hard about that one in the later levels. But my point being is there's this class of entertainment that it's just the emotional reward so outweighs the effort that you put into it. It's like candy. And I think a wash is very much in that family, doing washes, whereas dry brushing is a little further down the spectrum. So yeah, is it, like, am I using literally any skill to do what I'm doing? I don't think I am. Okay, who's next? I'm gonna go Cowboy next, but then I want to take a vote. Which is better, Kitty or Doggo? Kitty or Doggo? You guys get to pick which one goes after the Cowboy. Vote now. Every vote counts. I could already hear Facebook trying to manipulate the results. The future is truly in your hands. Please be responsible with it. Oh man, looks like it might be a landslide for Kitty. All you doggo lovers out there, I hope you feel ashamed for yourself for not speaking up when you had the chance. Your dogs would be ashamed. Alright, we're still at 2 cat, 1 dog. Here we go, we're going for cat. Oh man, yeah, the dice tower is not really in a fully operational state right now, but you're right, I should get that prepared for these sorts of difficult decisions. Once the studio is fully set up, I'll make sure that's an option. Alright, I think we got time for maybe 2 more of these guys before we run out of time. Kind of depends on the amount of nooks and crannies they have. Some of them demand that I go in and poke them with the finer brush. You know what, I feel like I can pound out the last 4 of these. I'll go a couple minutes long if that's okay. It'd just be nice to see this done. You know what I forgot to do before this pass was do a clear coat over them. If I don't wipe the oil off fast enough, it's I'm gonna have to like strip back the white as well to get it all the way off. But you know, these are you know, little test pieces anyway, so I'm not overly concerned with them. more to go. This one is my boyo when he was, I don't know, 5 or 6 years old, maybe even younger. I missed what were you referring to, Garthor, to hit with the backlight? Some nice Egyptian pharaoh eye makeup there. Cool looking, but not really accurate to what he looked like when he was 5 or 6. Last one. This one was designed after a celebrity. I'm wondering if anyone can recognize who this celebrity is. If you don't recognize who it is, then basically you're saying I'm a terrible artist and I should give up. vote now. Am I a terrible artist and should I give up, or do you know who this is? Those are your only two options, sorry. Cat, that's right. You got it. Oh, phew. Okay, I'm saved. Someone recognized Lucy Liu. Granted, I don't know if she's been in anything in like a decade, so probably one reason she'd be hard to remember. Was she in some Marvel stuff recently? I don't know, maybe. Oh, there was that Chinese themed one. I have not seen that one. Maybe she was in that? Anyway, now's a good time for a raid, because I'm just going to be kind of brushing Lucy Liu's hair for the next couple minutes, so thanks everyone for joining. My name is Josh Foreman. All my socials are there. Go check them out. Also, if you like fantasy adventure, please check out my books on Amazon. They're on in paperback and also on Kindle, and they're lots of fun. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.